Hello, I'm Joel Kramer, and I'm an archaeology student here in Israel.
How are you so crazy about me? You gave your life to set me free. By your grace that I had never known, I am saved, my life is yours alone. La-da-da-da-da-da-da, 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 la-da-da-da-da-da-da. I was just thinking to myself, am I saved? Where would I go if I were to die today? Could you help me know the truth?
Okay, and what's circled right here is Yusuf's tomb. So what is the purpose of where we're standing? It's so this is how Jews visit the tomb. Some of the settlers go into the tomb itself, but most come to this point, and what is the whole purpose is to look down upon the tomb. So let's go over where we were this morning. First of all, do you see the church down here that we started at this morning with the red roof, the Greek Orthodox Church? And then if you go to the left over there, you'll see the mosque over there with the green dome on it. You see that? That's where Sychar is, which goes up the side of the hill. Now, Sychar is not mentioned in the Old Testament, most likely because it didn't exist. It came to be a village after Shechem was destroyed and made ruin. Then you get this satellite town, Sychar, and you can see how far the Samaritan woman had to go from the side of the hill over there at the base of Mount Ebal all the way over here to where Jacob's well is to get her water. Then if you go, of course, over straight down from us, you see Shechem. Okay, and what stands out the most from Shechem? Well, you can see that fortress temple. That big old thing right smack dab in the middle of it. And you can even see the stone, the sacred stone that's sitting in front of it all the way from up here. So again, we've been talking about one thing per site that the Bible says that matches so well with the archaeology, and here it's this stone and this fortress temple.
What exactly is Joseph's tomb again?
Now Joseph's tomb, if you go to the right, across Shechem, you'll go over and you'll see to the road, and you see a taxi going down there. You see a car just turned off. See that road? Yeah. And if you follow that road just beyond, further where that taxi was headed, there's a white dome to the right. Yeah. And you see the police car that's sitting out in front of it and the black gate there just to the right of that road. That's Joseph's tomb. And you don't see it? Okay. Do you see the road I'm talking about?
Do you see where Shechem is and the yellow?
Okay, so go from Shechem across to the right till you hit a road that's going through there. See the main road there? There's a white car on it right now.
Oh, okay.
You see it? Mm-hmm. If you continue past that road, you see kind of a C-shaped building over there. You see that? And if you go just to the left of that C-shaped building, then you'll see the black gate, and then if you come just back towards us just a little bit, you'll see the white dome of Joseph's tomb. Do you see that funky looking court-like thing with
the blue and the red thing?
Yeah, the blue and the red thing. Just come back this way towards us, and then you'll see a white dome, and that's Joseph's tomb. So just real quick summary of events is if you look out at Shechem, you'll see the Wadi Farah, it's called, cut to the north. You see that? Does everybody see what I'm talking about? The Wadi Farah is cutting to the north. And then that wadi, that stream turns to the right and goes out to the Jordan River. And this is where Abram came in. It's only 12 kilometers down to the Jordan River through that gap and a hard right. Abram is first mentioned in the land. He crosses the Jordan. He comes up here and he's first mentioned in Shechem, where he builds an altar to the Lord. Then Jacob also comes back from Padan Aram, and he also builds an altar here. And this is where the whole thing with Dinah happens, and the men of Shechem are killed by his oldest sons when they get circumcised. Then this is where, during the time of Joshua, the covenant is renewed with 6 of the tribes shouting the blessings from this mountain, Mount Gerizim, 6 of the tribes from Mount Ebal shouting the curses, and the pillar is set up as a witness between them and then we move into the Judges period with Abimelech, the son of Gideon, and he is anointed king there. Then the people turn on him. They go and they hide in the fortress temple, and he ends up burning it down, and 1,000 people lose their lives in that conflict. Then we move forward to the time of Rehoboam, who the kingdom divides between the north kingdom and the southern kingdom of Judah. And then the first capital under Jeroboam is here. Then it moves for a short time to Tirzah, which is right to the north. Through that Wadi Farah up there is Tirzah. And then after Tirzah, it moves down to our left through this gap that we went down to Samaria. Now here's the thing, and this is important. Why does the capital of the northern kingdom move? And once David establishes the kingdom, the capital in Judah at Jerusalem, it doesn't move. And the answer is that the house, meaning the dynasty of the kings of the north, changes. I think it's 7 or 8 times it changes. You see what I mean? There'll be a coup, one house comes to an end, and another one begins. And a lot of times, if you're just replaced a house, you get a different capital than the one that was before, so that there's that separation there. Now, when David chooses Jerusalem, then God makes him a promise in 2 Samuel chapter 7 that his house would last forever. And so you don't have this changing of the house of David in the southern kingdom. In fact, it remains until Jesus now sits on the throne of David at the right hand of God until he comes back and conquers the earth for the final time. Another thing I'll point out, so that's during the divided kingdom. Then, of course, we have the time of Jesus, where Jesus is making his way up to the Galilee. He stops here at noon for a drink, and he has this profound conversation with the Samaritan woman. And then I also want to point out, do you see over right down below us here where all the houses all of a sudden are all crunched together, so tight that it almost looks like there's no streets in there? This is a refugee camp. So who are the refugees that are living there? They're Palestinians. Who are they living in the midst of? Palestinians. But they're the ones who got dislodged from where they were living before in 67 and so forth. And so they've been here, and you know, people don't want to give them land and this, that, and the other thing, so they live as refugees in the midst of their own people.
We've all fallen short of the glory of God.